Summer warmed the meadow, and an ant walked with purpose through light today. Near the path, a grasshopper sang, letting the hours drift like soft dust. The ant carried crumbs of grain, small as sparks, yet steady as a promise. The grasshopper laughed at effort, trusting the sun would never turn away. Each dawn the ant searched low, found seeds, and stored them deep in earth. Each noon the grasshopper danced, chasing echoes and praising easy breath. The wind carried sweet pollen, and the world seemed generous without end. Still the ant worked quietly, because seasons change without asking anyone. The grasshopper watched the ant pass, and felt no worry touch its bright song. It thought work was for fear, and fear was a shadow meant to be ignored always. The ant crossed stones and stems, returning again with food for colder days. The grasshopper offered tunes, believing joy itself could feed an empty belly. Clouds gathered some evenings, and the ant listened to the hint of coming cold. The grasshopper heard the same breeze, yet chose to turn it into another chorus. Day after day the ant built a store, a simple wall against hunger and frost. Day after day the grasshopper spent time, as if time were a coin that returns. When the meadow grew tall, the ant kept moving, counting nothing but needs. When the meadow grew loud, the grasshopper kept singing, counting only pleasure. The ant did not scold, it only worked, letting actions speak more than advice. The grasshopper did not learn because comfort can make warnings sound unreal. Late in the season, sunlight thinned, and evenings arrived earlier than before. The ant tightened its routine, while the grasshopper called the chill a joke. One morning the first frost bit the grass, and the meadow lost its soft green. That night the grasshopper shivered, and the song in its throat grew quiet. Winter came with hard silence, and the ground turned stiff beneath every step outside. The grasshopper searched for fallen leaves, but even the leaves were brittle and few. Its legs that once leapt in joy now moved slowly, because hunger drains quick strength. It found the ant's doorway by scent and waited with a brave face, hiding fear alone. Inside, the ant sat beside stored grain, listening to the wind press on the walls still. The grasshopper asked for food, speaking softly as pride fought against need each hour. The ant looked with calm eyes, not cruel, only honest about the passing days ahead. It remembered summer songs, and also the empty hours that could not be saved for later. The grasshopper admitted it had played, believing warmth would last and effort could wait. The ant answered that winter is faithful, and it arrives for both the careful and careless. It offered a small portion, enough to live, but not enough to keep old habits alive. Then it asked the grasshopper to work, to help mend tunnels and carry light tasks too. At first the grasshopper felt shame, yet shame can be a doorway to change for the better. It began to gather dry bits of husk, learning patience in the slow gray season there. The ant shared plans, showing how small choices each day become safety later on for all. Weeks passed, and the grasshopper grew steadier, trading loud pride for quiet discipline. When spring finally softened the soil, the grasshopper stepped out with wiser eyes. It still loved music, but it learned to sing after duty, not instead of it anymore. The ant watched the meadow turn green again and stored a little even in springtime. The grasshopper joined the work early, then sang at dusk, grateful for balance at last. So the meadow kept a lesson, simple as grain, that preparation protects joy forever. Those who spend all time on pleasure may find winter speaks louder than any song then. Those who labor with foresight can rest later, because work and wisdom travel together. And so the story endures, warning gently that tomorrow is shaped by today's choices,